Hello and welcome to today's maths lesson. Today's learning objective is to know how to compare and order fractions. On your screen you can see retrieval practice. There are 6 questions. Pause this video now and attempt all of them. And here you can see the answers. Mark your own work. If you have done question 1 correctly, or question A, you know how to find a missing side in isosceles triangle. If you've answered question B correctly, you know how to do short division. If you have answered question C correctly, you know how to write one number as a fraction of the other. If you've done questions D correctly, you know how to subtract fractions with different denominators. If you have done question E, you know how to add mixed numbers. And if you have done question F correctly, you know how to multiply two-digit number by one-digit number. Can you write yourself mark your score out of 6? If you've done all 6 correctly, well done. And now we are moving on to our main learning objective, which is to know how to compare and order fractions. Example 1. Order this fraction in ascending order. Do you remember we've done it sometime at the beginning of the year? Ascending, up. So this is from the smallest to largest. Let's have a look at success criteria. So step 1 is to check if all fractions have the same denominator. So in our example, they do have the same denominator, so that's check. 2. If yes, compare their numerators. Write them down in required order with correct signs between. If no, okay, so this is what we are going to move on to next. So let's have a look at first example I do. Check if they have the same denominator. Yes. If yes, compare their numerators. Okay, so first one will be 2 over 17. That's the smallest. So write them down in required order. Required order in here means from the smallest to the largest. So 17 is the smallest, then second one is 12 over 17, and the largest is 16 over 17. Now with the correct signs between them, so do you remember we've got 3 signs to choose from, either smaller than or larger than or equal to sign. So this is 217 is smaller than 2 over 17, which is smaller than 16 over 17. Okay. So that's the second one done as well. Oops, taking the wrong place. Okay, now the second one, let's do it again. So in here, we've got a mixed number as well. I think I will just turn it first into improper fraction. 1 times 17 is 17, plus 5 is 22 over 17. So now I've got all fractions with the denominator of 17 and I can compare them. So the smallest one is 12 over 17, then the next one is 22 over 17, but I will not write 22 over 17. I will write it in its original form of 1 and 5 over 17, and the largest one is 23 over 17. So I've compared the numerators and wrote them down in the correct order and, well, in the required order, and now I will put the signs between them. So 12 over 17 is smaller than 1 and 5 over 17, which is smaller than 23 over 17. Okay, so now pause this video and attempt redo questions. All right, so again, first of all, check that all fractions have the same denominators. Tick, this one is checked. Actually, in both of them, they have the same denominators. Now compare the numerators and write them down in required order. So first we do is 2 over 17, then 12 over 17, and then 21 over 17. 2 over 17 is smaller than 12 over 17, which is smaller than 21 over 17. If that's what you've got, well done. And the last one, well, in here I've got all of them have a 1 as a whole number, so I will just compare the fractions. So this is 5 over 17 is the smallest, so 1 and 5 over 17 is first, which is smaller than 1 and 6 over 17, which is smaller than 1 and 12 over 17. If that's what you've got, well done. Let's move on. Example 3. Again, check if all of them have the same denominator. Yes, they are all over 7. Now compare the numerators. Okay, so I can see straight away that 3 and 1 over 7 is the largest. So now I can compare the remaining 3. So this is 2 and 2 over 7, 2 and 6 over 7, 2 and 5 over 7. So 2 and 2 over 7 must be the smallest because it has the smallest numerator. Then I've got 2 and 6 over 7, 2 and 5 over 7. 5 over 7 is smaller than 6 over 7, so that is going to be next, which is smaller than 2 and 6 over 7, and this must be smaller than 3 and 1/7. Okay, let's do the next one. I do. Okay, so in here I'm checking the denominators, and I've noticed that they do not have the same denominators. So I have to turn them into fractions or convert them into fractions with the same denominator, with a common denominator. So what is the lowest common multiple of 3, 6, and 5? Okay, I know that 3 goes into 6 twice. So now I need to find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 5. So 6, 12, 18. If you are not sure, just write them down. Multiples of 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can see that the lowest common multiple must be 30, because 30 is the smallest number on both of those lists. So that means to turn 5 into 30, I need to multiply it by 6. Whatever I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. So this is equal to 24 over 30. So this I must multiply by 5, 25 over 30, and this, to turn it into a fraction over 30, must be multiplied over, must be multiplied by 10. Okay. So now I've got all of them. I've turned them all into fractions over 30. So I follow step 2, which is compare the numerators. So I can see that 20 over 30 is first, then 24 over 30, then 25 over 30. But notice that you need to make sure to write the original fractions. So I know that this is the smallest, so that this fraction is the smallest. So I write down the original fraction first. So second one is 4/5, because 24 is the next fraction, the next smallest one, and the largest is 5 over 6. So this is 2/3. Okay, now pause this video and follow the examples, follow the success criteria to do We Do on your own. Right, so what you should have done is question in this we do, the smallest one is 1 and 5 over 17, which is smaller than 1 and 6 over 17. Next one is 2 and 2/17, and the largest one is 2 and 12 over 17. If that's what you've got, well done. And the next one, so in here you should have turned them into fractions over 30 again, so that this is equivalent to 24 over 30. This is again 25 over 30, and this is 15 over 30. So the smallest one is a half. Again, when we compare them, when we order them, we need to write the original fraction, not the equivalent. This one is smaller than 4 over 5, which is smaller than 5 over 6. If that's what you've got, well done. Okay, so now pause this video for about 6 to 10 minutes. Follow the success criteria, which you can see are still on the screen, and order the following 6 sets of fractions. And here are the answers. As you can see, all of them are actually over the same denominators. Now we are going to practice a little bit more comparing fractions over different denominators, and also it says convert any improper fractions into mixed numbers if possible. Okay, so now we are ordering smallest to largest again. Okay, so in here we're just going to, they all have different denominators, so first of all we're going to turn them into fractions over the same denominators. So in here I've got 2, 6, and 4. I'm looking for the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4, which is 12, because any multiple of 4 is a multiple of 2 already. So lowest common multiple of 6 and 4 is 12. So I need to turn this one into a fraction over 12. So I need to multiply top and bottom by 2. This one top and bottom by 3. So this is equivalent to 10 over 12. This is equivalent to 9 over 12. And 2 times 6 is 12. So I need to multiply top and bottom by 6. So this one equals 6 over 12. Again, so now I've got 3 fractions over 12. Compare the numerator. So which one has the smallest numerator? 6 over 12 is the smallest, so a half is the smallest. Then slightly bigger is 9 over 12, which is equal to 3/4, and the largest is 5 over 6. Now pause this video and try to do redo. Okay, so if you've noticed that again, the lowest common multiple is 12, well done. This one needed to be multiplied by 4, so 8 over 12. This one top and bottom by 2, so 14 over 12. And this top and bottom by 3, so it's 9 over 12. Now compare them. So the smallest is 1 over 12. Next one is 8 over 12. But again, remember, we write the original fraction, not its equivalent. So it's 2 over 3. Next one is 3/4. And the largest is 7 over 6. It asks us to convert any improper fraction into mixed number. So 7 over 6 is an improper fraction, so I will convert it into mixed number. How many 6 goes into 7? It's 1, so it's 1 whole. The remainder is 1, so the numerator is 1, and the denominator stays the same. If that's what you've got, well done. Let's do one more example together. So in here I've got 1 and 1/12. This is 1 and 1/6. and this is 2 over 36. So the lowest common multiple of 12, 36, and 6 is actually 36. So I will turn each of them into a fraction over 36. So this is 1. This one needs to be times by 3. And 3 over 36. This one is already over 36, and it's not improper fraction, so it stays the same. And this one is 1, and I need to multiply both of them by 6, so it's 6 over 36. Obviously, this one is the smallest because it doesn't have it's smaller than 1. The other two are bigger than 1, so this one must be the smallest. I write the original fraction, so it's 2 over 36. Next one, so in here I've got 3 36ths, and here I've got 6 of them. So this one is smallest after this. So again, make sure you write the original fraction. And this one is the largest. Again, I will write it as a mixed number because that's what it's asked, what we are asked in the question. Okay, so now pause this video and attempt read. Right, if you have noticed that this is the improper fraction, well done. This is actually equal to 2. How many 6's in 17? It's 2. The remainder is 5, so it's 2 and 5 over 6. Okay, so now you can notice that the lowest common multiple of 12 and 6 is actually 12. So I want to have them, sorry, mistake, fraction over 12, so multiply both of them by 2. And do you remember at the beginning of the first lesson in this unit, we were turning whole numbers into fractions over certain numbers. So if you remember, it was denominator times that whole number in the numerator. So 12 times 2 is 24, because 2 12s goes into 24, so that must be 2. Okay, sorry, I haven't finished this one, so that's 2 and 10 over 12. Okay, so in here you can see straight away actually that this is a little bit bigger than 2, and this is smaller than 2. So this must be the smallest number. 2 is in the middle, and this is the largest. I would write 17 over 6, but as it asks me to convert it into a mixed number, I'm going to write it as 2 and 5 over 6. If that's what you've done, well done. Now you're going to practice this on your own. Pause this video for about 10 minutes. Follow the success criteria. In here, as you can see, we've got all of them are with different denominators. Follow success criteria and attempt all 8 questions. Here are the answers. Pause this video now and mark your own work. So under your work, write down your score. So if you've attempted 7 questions and 6 of them are right, write down 6 out of 7. But obviously, if you've attempted all 8 and all of them are right, you've got 8 out of 8. Well done. What I would like you to do now is reflect upon this lesson and write one sentence how well you feel about achieving today's learning objective, which was to know how to compare and order fractions. So do you think you give 100% effort into today's lesson? Do you feel confident that from now on you will know how to compare and order fractions? I just want you to write one sentence about this. And this is all for today. Have a good rest of the day. Bye.